Hey folks, it's Logan over here at, I don't even know what the name I'm going to name this whole thing yet, but we're going to say let's try the 2019 Maine hunting expedition for me. I already, my first video was kind of an intro. Now this is a second follow-up video. First one I did on my phone. Second one I'm doing on my tablet. I don't do a lot of video on my tablet. Actually, I'm not a big fan. I've got a Surface. It's got a lot more problems than it does have positive sides. I will absolutely never, ever get a Surface again. I'm incredibly disappointed. But hey, for what I do for work, it works. So that's good. This is episode 2. Today we're going to be talking about two things. First, definitely two things. If I am not looking in the right place, it's the first time I'm working on my tablet with a video again. So if my eyes are too low or too high or whatever, I apologize. So just bear with me while I get used to this. First thing, so there were two main goals for Hunting Camp 2019. One is land acquisition, and two is the one I'm going to talk about now. Land acquisition is going to come later. My family owns a little part of land in Franklin County. There are two much larger parts which are owned by, I could say friends of the family. We've known both of them for a very, very long time. No one has ever hunted on their properties before. It's not that they say no, no one's ever asked. So we're going to work on that. But the one I'm going to talk about today is telling my wife. So last year, I went in 2017. I went hunting back up in Maine, and when I left, my wife was totally cool, and everything was fine about me going hunting. And then when I came back to Texas, because I'm down here in Austin, Texas, when I came back to Texas, she was not very happy that I had gone. She not only is she my awesome wife, but she works for me on the weekends. And so the work we had planned for her for the weekends was a little bit more than what she anticipated and what I expected as well. So it was my fault. I shouldn't have gone. But she got overworked and really frustrated. So when I came back last year, she was like, hey, I don't really think you should go hunting again in November. And I tried to explain at the time the hunting season in Maine is only 4 weeks, and it's all in November. So I let that chill for a while. That was really cool. And then about 2 weeks ago, I brought it up to her. I said, hey, I really want to go hunting in Maine in 2019. And she was real receptive to it. She said, I don't want to work while you're gone. I don't want to have to work for you. And I was like, no problem. I checked my schedule from this year and compared it and told her, I said that, well, I only have 1 day of work for the time I'll be gone. So, I'll get someone else to do it because I have two other people that work for me as well. So she was cool with that. As long as I can get someone else to do the work, I'm good to go. She was real happy. She's like, I kind of noticed that you were getting the itch to go. I've been watching more hunting videos on YouTube, and kind of segues into my second part for today. Hal Bloods hunting big woods bucks. Yeah, right there by Hal Blood. Now Hal Blood owns an outfitter out of Jackman, Maine. And two real cool things about Hal. He is one of the godfathers of hunting in Maine, and two, my cousin Mike works for him. So my cousin Mike's a guide up in Maine, and his specialty is deer and turkeys. He works for Hal, and so I was like, I'll read Hal's book. I heard it was really good, and I've seen a few of his videos. Now, if you're not from New England area, I recommend you watch a couple of his videos first on YouTube's to get acclimated or kind of put it into your head, his accent. He has a strong Maine accent, and some people would find it challenging to understand. But what the kicker is if you put that into your head, his accent, the way he speaks, and then you read this book, it's going to sound like in your head that he's narrating it to you a little bit. It's really cool. It's a great book. It teaches you tracking methods, clothing that would work or would not work, ideas about hunting, where they feed, where big bucks may lay, It has a million stories inside of it. I bought it on eBay for $10, and I bought it from a guy that owns a little bookstore in Georgia, I believe. It's Mr. Briscoe's bookstore. Mr. Briscoe's bookstore, right there. He actually, when he mailed me the book, he sent me a little personal note saying thanks for buying from our store, and I thought that was really cool. So thanks, Mr. Briscoe's books. I appreciate it. Great book by Hal. He's got a second book out too. I haven't gotten around to getting that yet. I will eventually, and then I'll let you all know how it went. But today's episode was definitely letting you know about talking to my wife about me going hunting next year and about Hal's book. I'm going to try and do a review or something like that every week to let you know what's going on. Because I need some updated stuff for hunting. I've always hunted with a group of 4 or 5 guys. Always have. I might be doing this solo next year. I'm going to invite some relatives and stuff because it's our family camp. So it would only be right for me to invite like my brother-in-law Sean. He's an avid hunter. So is my cousin Chad and his son Nolan. Even my stepfather John. I don't think he'd go hunting, but I think he'd like to come up for a couple days and enjoy some outdoor time. But we'll see how all that goes. But again, weekly video updates by Hal's book. It's really neat. It's a good read if you are into any type of hunting up in Maine. So that's real cool. All right, guys, gals, I gotta get rolling. I gotta clean out my work van and get that organized for Thanksgiving because I've got 3 people working on Thanksgiving morning, and then we got the rest of the day off around after 1 o'clock or so. We'll be done, and then we can go and enjoy some turkey. So happy Thanksgiving. Please, for the love of God, don't put your Christmas lights up until after Thanksgiving. Please. I know. It's just, no. And y'all have a very safe and enjoyable turkey day. All right, guys. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate you. Bye.